Hello, everyone. My name is Simone. I am a senior at Queen's University, majoring in multimedia storytelling, and today I'll be interviewing Oscar Solis. Oscar is a recruiting manager at McCall and Associates. McCall and Associates is a member of the American Sports Builders Association, which is a nonprofit trade association comprised of builders, designers, and suppliers for sports facilities and exists to promote the highest standard of design, construction, and maintenance. Hi, Oscar. How are you today?
Hi, Simone. Good morning.
Good morning. All right, so Oscar, let's jump in. How many summer interns did you employ this year?
Yeah, so this year here at McConnell, we ended up employing 18 interns within both of our locations, our main office in Kansas City, and then also our other office in St. Louis.
Wow. So did you manage both offices, or do you only have one office that you manage?
So we operate out of both locations. So we had interns at both sides of the state. So they all had different department heads that managed those interns for the time.
Awesome.
Yep.
So what qualities or skills do you look for in potential interns?
Yeah, so outside of the trade skill set, so here at McConnell, we're primarily a specialty civil and sports construction company. So there are specific roles that we have that require specific skill set. For example, well, some of our interns, we do require them to have some sort of heavy equipment operating experience. So we look for that. Outside of the trade knowledge, really important to us to find students who are really passionate about construction, really interested in the work that they do, and have good character skill sets that match with our company's values.
Wow. And so how do you find and attract talented interns? Does the company use specific platforms or methods?
Yeah, so the majority of our interns come from specific construction schools. There's a couple different schools that do career fairs. We participate in those career fairs and we try to maintain healthy relationships with them. But we're also pretty active in network things like the ASBA and other things where we look for that talent and recruit for our positions.
Oh. And so what does the internship program benefit students in terms of career development and skill building? How does the program benefit that?
Yeah, I think it's a really great opportunity for students to get an opportunity to just see the work that they could potentially be doing in their career. It exposes them to the trade, exposes them to our industry, and allows them to, you know, take some responsibility, learn a couple new things that they wouldn't possibly at school, and just get that experience. So I think it's a fundamental piece of the career path of education. I think it's an important piece to go out there, get an internship, and just see what you like. I always tell a lot of these students that there's in construction, there's a lot of different aspects of construction. You just got to find what you're passionate about and what you enjoy.
Gotcha. And is the hiring process like a holistic approach? So like let's say someone's very interested in working with you all, but they don't necessarily have the skills or the qualifications that you're looking for, but they're very eager to get started in this industry. How would you go about that intern?
Yeah, so for those interns that may not have the skill set or qualifications, we do have some kind of summer labor positions. So they would come with us, uh, join one of our departments, get kind of more on the labor side, work with us for the summer, and then at the next year, we a lot of times offer them the opportunity to come back and do a traditional internship with us.
Wow, that's awesome. And so that kind of leads into my next question. What opportunities are there for interns to network with employees and industry professionals?
Yeah, so for depending on the degree you're going for us, in the construction side, we're uh hiring for project managers, we have field engineers that we're looking for, site engineers, and then we have specific trade specific positions such as, a heavy equipment operator, mechanic, things like that that we do recruit from 2-year trade schools as well as 4-year trade schools. So different aspects of construction positions.
Nice. And so what advice would you give to students about maintaining relationships with professionals as they meet during their internships?
Yeah, very important thing that the students make those connections, continue to network. You never know where your career path may go, so keeping those relationships is very important, and keeping an active relationship is very important. So, what advice I would give is make sure that you introduce yourself, say hi, get a business card. Um, and it'll help in the long run. Like I mentioned, sometimes we have students that move cities, and their career paths change just from location. So just keeping those relationships is important, so that way you're have those opportunities for you.
So, and so how has being a member of American Sports Builder Association helped connect your interns to other sports construction experts?
Yeah, so we use the ASBA really heavily. It's our one of our cornerstones of our education for our full-time employees. So it keeps us not just connected with the industry, also keeps us updated on the kind of the latest um, processes, so that way we're always on the latest information that we can, so we provide the highest quality work that we can.
So, and so, what are some common challenges that students face when trying to network effectively, and how can they overcome them, in your opinion?
Yeah, so one, it's important to continue to practice the soft skills. It does go a long way, being able to do a firm handshake, do a formal introduction, give your elevator pitch per se of yourself. So those are some challenges I see with some students that just haven't had that experience yet. Outside of that, it is very competitive. We have, though we hired 18 interns this year, we must have interviewed probably close to 50 or 60 students this year. So it is competitive. So making sure that you have an up-to-date resume, you're doing those formal introductions of yourself and maintaining and working on those relationships. And then there are some schools and trade schools that offer networking opportunities. So make sure you participate in those, and participate in as much as you can in your school. So that way, you can create and make those relationships. So that way, come career fair time, or come when, those decision making times, you have that competitive advantage.
That's awesome. And you kind of touched on this question that I'm about to ask you throughout the whole interview, but is there any specific advice that you would give students interested in interning in this industry?
Yeah, so if you like working with your hands, you like working outside, you like building, you have that, you enjoy that satisfaction of seeing something being constructed and knowing that you did it, give construction a try. It's a very satisfying career. There's lots of opportunities to grow in your career and grow professionally in this industry right now. So I'd say, outside of, if you aren't in it, try it. If you are in it, find where your passion's at. Like I said, there's a lot of different aspects of construction. There's vertical construction. We're more civil on our side, but there's I think there's a space for everyone. You just have to go out and find what that space for you is.
Interesting. And just out of curiosity, can you describe for us what civil construction entails?
Yeah, so we're kind of for what we do, we're the civil work that goes behind your maintenance of your public work. So we do a lot of parking lots, we do some concrete work, we do low mile per hour roads, we also do pavement maintenance. So a lot of people don't think about the concrete they're walking on until it's really bad, or at their parking lot until they got a lot of potholes. But we work to make sure that the city of Kansas City and surrounding metro area, and St. Louis and the surrounding metro area, have nice clean roads, nice clean walking paths, so that they're safe and they can get from A to B without worrying about popping a tire.
Awesome. That is such a great point. I always say, like, you never recognize your blessings until they're gone. So that's such a great point about the concrete. And thank you so much for all you do. And thank you so much for spending a few minutes of your time today discussing this important work that you do with us.
Yeah, thank you so much, Simone. It was a pleasure being here.
You're so welcome. And thank you all for joining us. And I hope you learned more about the American Sports Builders Association. For more information, please visit the American Sports Builder Association Q Career page and find out how the American Sports Builders Association can help you in your career development. Until next time, have a great week.